Hello everyone and welcome to a new episode of chess. Today I have something very special to show you. I had a very good game with two brilliant moves. So let's begin the analysis of the game. White begins with e4, I respond with d6. White continues with knight f3 and I respond with e6. d6 and e6. I played the Pirk defense because it's very comfortable for me to play with black, and white continues with the move bishop c4. Now a couple of moves later in the opening we are heading in this situation where I play pawn d5 threatening the bishop from the c4 square. Pawn from e4 takes on the d5 and then I take back, and there he did a mistake taking the pawn with the knight from c4. He took on d5 and he lost material, he lost the knight, because after knight takes knight and bishop takes knight he didn't took with the bishop but the material is in my favor. I have a knight and he has two pawns. I have a knight and a pawn and I have 2 points of material. He plays then d4 and I play knight c6. After a couple of moves later he gave me a check with queen e2. I defended with the bishop because if I would have defended with the queen, he could have taken my knight, and I would then queen takes queen and king takes queen, and this is not such a good position for me, so I blocked up with the bishop. Then the most expected move was bishop g5 because that's what he played, and he expected me to not be able to take his bishop because I would enter check and I have a pin from the queen and I can't move the bishop, but I have the f7 pawn that can simply block this pin from the bishop, and he ran away with the bishop. And now I castled. He played h3, I played h6, a blunder in this position, and he played b4, b5 to threaten the bishop. After bishop gets back at b3, now I play bishop g4. I want to set up a pin on the queen because if he moves the knight, the queen gets taken, and he castles. That's a miss for him because now I can perform a very good move, a brilliant move in fact, something stunning from me. Knight takes d4, brilliant move, because if knight takes knight, bishop takes queen and threaten the rook, and maybe knight takes bishop, and then I have a winning enemy with 6 points of material up and a queen. So he is not able to take the knight with his knight, and he plays queen e4. Now he retreats the queen. He didn't take the bait, but here I make a blunder, and the blunder is pawn c5. That's a big mistake by me because he literally took the knight on d5 with bishop takes d5, and I move the king away at h8, and now he have a big advantage because he can take the rook on a8 and gain a rook. I can't take the bishop with the queen, and after that queen takes queen and the rook takes queen, and knight takes knight, pawn takes knight, and he have 2 points of material and have that rook that can be very helpful in the endgame. So what he truly did there was a big blunder and a big miss. He played queen takes g4. That's a big advantage for me because now he can no longer take the rook because queen takes d5 takes the bishop, and now he plays knight takes knight, and there I think a lot because I didn't know what to do, but I think that I could take the knight with the pawn, but then I would not have a great structure on the queen and the pawn, so I played the move queen takes knight, because yes, the engine says that pawn takes knight is the best move. A better move, I consider the better move queen takes knight, because I can threaten this bishop as well. So, and I can threaten his queen. Queen takes queen and pawn takes queen, and now we are in the end game with equal material, equal pieces, and he started the end game with rook e1. He wants to threaten my bishop on e7, then I defended my bishop with rook a7, and then c3, pawn takes c3, bishop takes c3. I threatened his bishop in this position with rook c8, a very good move. He plays rook c1, and I play rook c7, a perfect move, because now I win a tempo threatening the bishop, and in this position winning a bishop in such a hard endgame could be decisive. So he plays his move rook a3 defending the bishop, and after that I play a5, and he played a h3, a mistake there. I'm very excited because here it is a series of brilliant and very good moves, beginning with pawn takes b4, a very good move, because after pawn takes pawn, here is a brilliant move, very hard to see move, and a game changing move with a winning advantage. Bishop takes b4, brilliant move. Here white can't take the bishop, because if white takes the bishop, then rook takes rook and the king goes there. So in the best case for white it would be to play rook a1, and there white would want to come, for the example, if black takes bishop with the bishop, being a blunder, because white plays rook e8, black takes rook, and then white plays rook e8, that's a mate for black, but he didn't play one of these variations. He played the blunder bishop takes bishop and lets his rook uncover. Now very good move, rook takes rook and king h2, being practically the best move, because it wasn't a forced move, because he could have done a blunder like rook h1 and then rook takes rook and then being forced to go there. But after king h2, there I want to threaten his bishop, so I play rook b1. I think the best move there for me, the engine says it would be d8, but I don't really know why. And he plays rook a4, and now I played rook c1, threatening to, if for the example he plays pawn g4, I can come here with this rook, rook c4, rook takes rook, pawn takes rook, and I have a winning endgame. But in this position he played bishop a3, the best move, and I blundered very bad playing b4, a blunder, because now he can take the rook, and after rook takes bishop is made for white. So I lose with any of these positions, but he took the bait and didn't see the rook there and played bishop takes b4, a big miss for him. And after that I played my move very carefully, rook c4 being the best move, rook takes rook and rook takes rook again. And after that he played bishop e7. I was very excited there and I didn't know what to do, and I played another blunder. I played pawn g5, giving him material advantage, and we are equally in material, because after a very good move from him, bishop takes f6, king g8 first move, and bishop takes g5. Now it was a very tricky endgame, because just look at the pieces on the board. I had only 3 minutes on the clock, so the time wasn't with me, and I played this move rook c2, threatening to take the pawn on f2. He played pawn f4, defending the bishop, is a very good move from him, an excellent move. And I played king f7. After h4 defending, both pawns defending the bishop, I played my move king g6, and after he played king g3, I played a very good move being pawn h5, because I block this pawn from queening, and right now I'm thinking of how I could deliver mate. So he played king f3, the best move, and I go for rook check. He played king e4, rook check, again king f3. He wanted to make a draw with me because of the repetition, and I didn't allow him to do that and played king f5. After king f5 he played pawn g4, because after I take the he can have the pawn to queen, because he's only having 4 squares left for queening. So, but what he didn't saw was that after I take with the pawn, I give him check and force his king to go on a back rank square. So I play pawn takes g5 check. He is forced to go on g3, and then rook c3, a very good move, because he is forced to go on a lower rank. He is on g2 right now, and I was planning to push the pawn to g3, because the pawn can help me very much to deliver checkmate. Pawn g3 is the best move for me, and after that he played a very good move, king h3, the single move that would work, because if I would play, let's say, pawn g2, he could have taken with king on g2, and after that I would have not such a good endgame. The best move for me would be rook c8, and after that he would push, and then I would come with king g4, push again, and I would come again like this, push, and I would come near the pawn. He would play like this, like a bishop sacrifice, but it would be a blunder, because after king takes king, black queens, and here I am at winning game with king and rook against king and pawn. It's clear that rook beats pawn, and then mate in some 50 moves, but that's not what happened. He played h6 after my move, and then no, he didn't play h6. He played king h3, and then I played excellent move rook a3. Practically it's a waiting move, because I didn't have so much perfect moves. If I would have played, as the engine said, the best move king g6, then he could have simply go like pawn h5, king takes, and then the pawn would have been unstoppable, because after king takes bishop, he could have simply go on the back rank and king takes pawn, but I would still have the winning endgame and the winning position. But the idea for him is that after playing the very good move king h3, and I played h3, rook h3, for me rook a3 is very important that I keep my tempo and my position. He played right there something that didn't help him. He played a mistake, king g3, big mistake by him, because I can play now my very good move king g4, and I can literally cover these squares. The rook is covering this square, the king is covering this square, and right now at the next check the pawn is covering this square, and he is forced to go on the back rank and giving me a winning position. Now he saw this pretty bad and played bishop e5, turning my rook on a3, and I played rook a2 check, forcing him to go on the back rank on g1, and after that I played the move king takes f4. This is a good move, because if king f3, which the engine could say is the best move, well, he could have prevented the checkmate by playing bishop f6, and after that, if I would try to be greedy to go for the checkmate, he would take with bishop, and then after king takes pawn, king g2, king g4, he would have gone there with the bishop e3, king takes pawn, and bishop takes pawn, and it would be a draw. But I avoided that combination by playing the very good move pawn, king takes the pawn on f4, because now he played pawn h5. He wants to queen on the next 3 moves and have the winning position in this very hard endgame for me. But I played rook h7, threatening his bishop, making him move away, and he moved away with check. And now there is a very great move to discover, and this move is very hard to see because the king could move in a lot of places. The king could play g5, and after bishop there, king takes, bishop takes. After that I play king g3, and he come with the bishop, and then game cannot be saved. It will be a draw again. So I will actually play in this position an excellent move, king f3, blocking black squares of escaping. The g2 square is blocked by the king. The rest of the squares h2 and f2 are blocked by the pawn. And now I could backrank mate him with the rook if he gets greedy and threatens my rook, thinking that he could avoid mate. So this is what he does. He does the blunder and he plays bishop c5, and then here is mate in 1. I had only 50 seconds on the clock. It was a very big risk to play this move, even if I know already that it would be decisive. I could have risked, for the example, from the hurry to play accidentally rook a4, or to play rook a5 and give him the literal advantage and make me draw the game again. So I focused, I took a deep breath and played the move rook a1 checkmate, and he lost a lot of rating. I am very close to 900 elo, and this was one of the immortal games because I had two very good brilliants, and I had a very good opening, a good middle game, and an excellent final. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope we see soon.